So, you know what? I really have to say how much I appreciate you guys watching this this vlog. You know, I've been dragging my butt the last few days, but that's okay. Because at the end of the day, we've got Cabovers. And you know what? I really like these fellers. And my hope is to get, oh wow, that sun is bright. Actually, not my hope, my plan is I'm gonna get some conventionals too. Kenny needs a lot of work. You know, I'm looking at the door jamb and, you know, I was actually pricing out Huck bolt guns last night because when you look at this, like that is so bad. So really I should take all these Hucks off, put a new door frame on, you know, but there's so many more important things right now than fixing this. But eventually I would like to fix that. Or maybe I'll just hide it because, I mean, really it's only right there and you put a sill plate on it. So, and I got to fix this because this is worn. I mean, this shows how much Kenny was used. Like, that's a lot of wear. And that's a little bit thin, but I do have some more no skid. I should put some more no skid on there because that would be good. And make another plate for that. And figure out how to fix this or even hide it. I don't know. And there's a button missing. But yeah, so Kenny needs a lot of work. And the reason why I got to do the seats right now, even though I was going to start on Low and Slow's windshield, is I need to be able to take a passenger legally and safely. I've hauled 2 passengers. I took my brother home one day, and I also picked Cooper, my oldest son, up from work. And I hauled him home in the sleeper. So that's why I got to get these seats in. And, you know, this one is a passenger seat, and it's kind of, well, never realized how dirty it was. But this is actually a passenger seat because the armrest is on the left-hand side and there's not one on that side. And that one was a free seat. So that's where we're gonna use it. Because Doug gave it to me, he says, deal is you can take all this other truck stuff, but you gotta take the seat that's garbage. But I don't think it's garbage. I mean, his driver didn't like it. You know, the more I thought about it, because I thought it came out of this truck, but I don't think it did. So that's a lot of talking. But yeah, we're gonna stick it in, we're gonna try it. And if I don't like it, I'm gonna buy a seat anyways, or we'll have to buy one anyways. So that's what we're gonna do. But sidetrack, I am gonna get a conventional or 2. So, you know, I've got my eyes open for a rear clip for Kenny. I want it to be a Kenworth. There's actually a Freightliner clip out there with Airliner that's kind of tweaked my interest in Alberta, but I don't want to butcher them to where it's got airliner suspension and the frames are different and blah, blah, blah. So I want to make it so when Kenny's done, I could sell them to someone and feel totally good about what they're purchasing and keep it all KW or PACCAR. Well, no Kenworth, because even to put Pete suspension on a Kenworth, it just, I don't know, it feels wrong. It makes me feel dirty. But yeah, so that's going to happen. It's just not going to happen right away because we got to find the right rear clip. And the deck in the meantime, it's working great. Got my pallet wood on there, so if I take it to work, I can still use him to do stuff. You know, which when you're not actually working these things for a living, it's kind of nice to be able to use them for stuff. And you know, to get a rear clip when, when Low and Slow has no windshields right now, I gotta get Low and Slow back together. I gotta get his headliner tidied up. I gotta change the thermostat and that in him so that, so I can go take him to go get stuff. And, you know, part of changing the thermostat, doing the maintenance, getting him running and in tip-top shape is because he's my go-to. You know, when we got to go to Edmonton to pick up parts, we need Low and Slow because we need that 21-foot deck. So, and Stubby, Mr. Stubbs, being that I'm Peterbilt Mike, he's going to get the deck off of Kenny one day that I put on the temporary deck because I don't like that big heel. I don't like that big steel deck. It's overkill. I think I'll keep the rear toe plate, but we're going to peel that deck off. And he's going to be my daily driver because I work at Peterbilt. I mean, I'm Peterbilt Mike, so I need to daily a Peterbilt. That's my plan. But I love Kenny. Kenny's the OG. He's the BJ and the Bear guy. So we're going to keep on puttering and tinkering and playing with him. So anyways, let's get to it. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. Now, discovered a problem. Trying to get at this back seatbelt bolt. My wrench isn't, well, actually my arms aren't long enough. My wrench is probably long enough, but I can't. So I made an extension wrench. So I can reach. So first off, I'm gonna get my socket on there, and I'm gonna put this on the bolt. And I did it! This is kind of, it's crazy to think that it goes a sheet of aluminum, a chunk of 3/4 inch plywood, and then this giant fender washer, and that's what holds your seatbelt in an old K100. You're basically strapped into a sheet of plywood, which sounds a little sketchy. Actually, it sounds very sketchy. I'm gonna throw that down there because it's rusty and dirty. And the carpet is stuck around the, this carpet is so gross. Tell me in the comments, do you prefer carpet in a truck or rubber mat? Now, the one downside to a rubber mat, this one actually isn't as rusted as that other one. That's like a normal bolt, so that's cool. The one problem with a rubber mat is it's hard to keep the grooves clean. The one nice thing with a carpet is you can vacuum it and you don't actually see the little bits of dirt in it. But I shouldn't just wipe that on myself, should I, now that my jacket's clean? And also carpet provides more sound deadening, but I think with a rubber mat, you can actually technically get your truck cleaner than with carpet. But carpet is nice, but this carpet, it's kind of skanky. Yeah, it's a little dirty. It's a little worn, a little dirty, a little yucky. So, but look at that. Worked like a hot damn. Electrical tape. You know what? Electrical tape. It's like the staple of a man's toolbox. Or at least it should be, because it's got 1,001 uses. It's a little bit better than duct tape because it's doesn't tear like duct tape. Although sometimes the ends, it's hard to see where the joint is. So anyways, sidetrack. Okay, this yucky carpet out. Take this off and get that out of there. Get all these tools out of here. And I was trying to knock these bolts out, but I almost think maybe there's a nut. Not sure, but anyways, they didn't want to come out when so I'm gonna wait and rip the carpet out in case there's a nut on there. But ooh, oh, that's okay, that's off the seatbelt, so we'll need that. It's actually a pretty nifty idea to keep stuff behind you from getting under your seat, and then you come down on your seat and crunch it. So so once upon a time, this bad boy had a hand throttle, but you know what? That the throttle up there, the power one, that's like an aftermarket dealy-doo. Dealy-doo, because they didn't have well, I mean, it's not an electronic engine, so yeah, you had hand throttles. But yeah, I should actually, oh, there's some screws missing there. Interesting, Mike, very interesting. This carpet really grosses me out. I think that's, no, that's 3/8, totally 3/8. Yeah. And I don't know where that goes, so just stick that there. There we go. Now I'm not gonna throw this away because I might want to use it one day. I don't know that I want to use these screws again, but yeah, one day this piece of plywood I might want to use it. So we'll see. Woo! Almost felt a little dizzy there. Don't fall off your ladder, Mike. Gosh, this is gross. Hey, there's a penny. Some sunflower seeds. Perfectly good penny. Found another penny up here. Oh, I am not feeling 100%, let me tell you. Whew. Don't know why it's making me feel a little bit wonky. Just don't think about it. It's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Still breathing. It's just dusty. I don't think I'm coughing because of the dust. I think I'm coughing because of I'm thinking too much. Definitely thinking too much. Damn, it's tight. Oh, this is gross. G-R-O-S-E. Gross. Oh, is that another coin? Oh, that's a dime. We're up to 12 cents. Oh, good gravy. Come on. Just have to get angry. Oh. God, it's dirty. It's like 30 years of dirt. There we go. Maybe I can split this. Sure got out of shower this morning. Might need to go have another one. Oh, put your face there, Mike. There we go. God. Oh, that's disgusting. Maybe that's the problem with carpet. That's a lot of years of dust. This part's stuck under my seatbelt, but I don't know how to get that off. I don't know why that's as tight as it is either. We're stuck. It's like roofing tar. You know what the problem with this is? The right way to do a restore, rebuild of one of these would be to strip it right down and then slowly build it back up. But the problem is, I want to drive it. Excuse me. So when you want to drive it, you need to find a way to do things while you're driving it, which means you're not really doing it the right way, but you're doing it a way. Got a tickle in my throat. That's not good. That's better. Oh, this is yucky. Gosh. Oh. Oh. Another penny. Ah, that was gross. So now there's some corrosion holes right here. There's also some right here where there's a cross member underneath. It's not good. I think I'll probably check it out from below, and I'll probably epoxy them because there's a few. So I don't know what's right here. Dang it. All you guys that have trucks down in the south that don't deal with this corrosion, you're lucky. You're really lucky. Oh, crud. Oh well, what do you do? So I pulled the foam insulation out of this sidewall here. It's not too bad. A little bit dusty, a little bit dirty, not bad. You can see there's some wetness down here. Or down here, right there. Some dirt. There's some dirt there. So obviously there's a leak, a hole. I can see a little bit of light. Can't tell why. Probably corrosion. Maybe not. But it's gonna vacuum it out. But I don't have a crevice tool to get in there. So take your electrical tape and a chunk of old heater hose. Well, actually I don't even know if it's that old, but it's, or maybe it was new that's been around a while. Anyways, glued a piece of heater hose on it. Now I got a crevice tool. I know, I thought it was a great idea too. I'm gonna try and take this seatbelt off. All right, I jacked the cab up to get a look at this bolt or nut. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not, but I don't think it's coming out. And that's not, I mean, okay, I don't have a great light there. So, oh, jeepers. So I think what I'm gonna do, guys, is because I'm not doing the floor right today, I'm not gonna pull that seatbelt thing out because I'll do that when I do the floor. And here's my jack setup. It looks really good. There's my clear line with my reservoir. But this hose, since I kinked it somewhere in this bend, it cracked and now it's sweating. And that's what I hate about steel braided lines, is they crack and then sweat. Whether it's oil or air, they just leach. They still work because of course the steel braiding's holding it, but they leach air or leach oil. So I'm gonna have to change these lines here one of these days. And I got a fitting to make this one follow that curve. So what do you want to bet when I change that fitting and make that S curve, it'll start leaking too. But, and I got a valve cover leaking a bit. So I need to fix that. The other two actually look pretty good. The engine looks pretty dry. I should get a light because you can't tell what I'm doing without a light. Eh? Eh? My Canadian, eh? Okay, so overall, under here he looks pretty good. The cylinder is leaking a bit too. And here's my safety device. This truck didn't have one, it was missing. So I picked this up at the wreckers and I painted it red, which you might remember in an episode. So that'll keep this thing from falling on my head. There's the new alternator. There's my heads, Jake heads. So yeah, you can see it's doing pretty good, not for leaks and stuff. So that is good. We will let sleeping dogs lie. Yes, let the sleeping dogs lie. And if we look over here, now this You can see I got a bit of oil coming down on that side, and it's kind of making a little bit of a mess there, but I think it's coming off that top box and running back and down. So I'll fix that. That drip at the back, I think that might just be excess oil coming off from when I made a mess. But take a look at this. So this is why I think one day to do this right, we should take the cab off, basically strip it right down and rebuild it. Because this gusset join angle piece is steel, and you can see the rust jacking from the aluminum in there and how this steel is all corroded. So ideally, this whole gusset, which runs from front to back, should come off and be redone, which is a monumental huge task. And here's the plywood. It's actually still fairly solid. I mean, there's some strips missing, but that's your seatbelt holes. And you can see that these are all hucked into place. So yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. But for now, I'm gonna leave it. Also here, the way the cab lips around, there's a steel bracket, and it also corroded. So corroded the aluminum. I think this side's a little better than the other side. It's worse here, or here, or here. I guess it's worse here. But yeah, so that needs to be fixed. If we do a frame off. So that's why, you know what, Kenny needs a lot of work. And he's running and driving right now. So we're not gonna tackle that. We're not gonna strip them right down, because the one that I would like to do a bigger job on is K2, because I think he's definitely got a better cab as far as corrosion and stuff goes. So, and he's already stripped down. So you know what, if we strip him down some more, who cares? But only crappy thing is I can't work on him outside in the wintertime because it's cold. So anyways, I'm gonna put the seats back in, wash the floor, and put the cab down, and yeah, then I think I'll call it a day and go plow snow. guys, I finally got the seat in. Now, I don't know, it has it's sitting on a base. I didn't realize there was a base there, and I tried putting it in the way it was, but it was just too dang low. It was actually kind of, yeah. And I needed to try and scooch it back a bit. So I've got it back as far as I can possibly make it go. So I'm gonna try sitting in this thing. And it is like tight in here. This armrest is touching there. I had to pull knobs off the sides of the seat on the inside. Now, I sure hope this seat works, because I just realized it looks like it's got a cool function. So it looks like it's heated and cooled. So be curious if that works. But yeah, let's give this a whirl. Okay, oh, well, that'll do. Well, not bad. Air it up. I'll put some air in it, try her out. I mean, it's... Don't try this at home, kids. There's that airline. There's that airline. Well, guys, the seat is in here. I don't think I'm a fan either, but you know what? It's gonna work for now. I hooked up power and that doesn't work. So, anyways, what do you expect for a free seat, right? So, and this one's gonna go on the passenger side. Just letting these dry a little bit. I gotta clean the seat up because it's kind of dirty there, but oh yeah, and there's my 14 cents. 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. I'm missing a penny, but yeah, I'm gonna clean up this seat. It's gonna go on the passenger side, and then I can put a cover over it. With the armrest on the left-hand side, it's very obviously a passenger seat, so that's it. And this one, I mean, it's not a bad looking seat. You know, it's a Bostrom. Bostroms are supposed to be good, but yeah, I think it's had its day in the sunshine, or it's past its prime, or I don't know. We're gonna try it. And yeah, got the floor cleaned up. Got a few holes I need to see about filling. There was obviously something there at one point, probably air chuck for blowing out the cab or something. Or maybe it was a PTO switch, but gotta finish bolting the seat down, and that's it. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Tomorrow, I'll move on to the passenger seat. At least I can take a passenger. So anyways, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated.